Welcome back. Out for my evening walk at the usual time. Completed 5 kilometer run. Day one of the fitness journey is a success. Did have some junk food earlier, like I mentioned, like middle of the day. Had a piece of cake and a cookie. But then did the afternoon run, 5 kilometers, so burn all that off. And yeah, we are starting straight away. It's day one. I'm not really tracking days. I'm just saying day one for measure of starting. I'm just thinking in terms of what's going to be the plan going forward. So in terms of fitness, what is the plan? The plan is I'm going to do a 5 kilometer run, pretty much what I've done. Do a 5 kilometer run on all my days off. So I work 3 days a week at my old job. That's fixed. So on all the days that I'm not working there, I go on my run. Ideally early in the morning, which is I'm planning on doing a run tomorrow morning before I go to church. So that is going to be the go. Apart from that, tomorrow I just want to relax. But I want every single day that I'm not working, I want to do some sort of physical activity, some sort of run. So yeah, even tomorrow morning I'll do that run. But that's not going to be it for tomorrow. Apart from that, tomorrow will be rest day. Then Monday I work. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my days off. That's when I will go ahead and go on my run. And apart from that, on the days that I do work, I could do the run in the morning before work, but I would have to get up a bit earlier. I don't really want to change my sleep schedule. I'm quite happy with my sleep schedule as is. Currently, I go to bed around 10:30, wake up around 6 to 6:30. Don't really want to change that much. I would have to change because I have to walk the dog in the mornings. So I don't really want to, if I would have to go for the run and then do that, that's too much in the morning. So I'm not going to change that. I'll do the runs on the days that I don't work. And apart from that, just do 100 push-ups throughout the day, stretching routine, and that's all for now. That's all I'll do for now. I don't want to start off too much. In the past, I've made the mistake of overloading myself and then not being able to get very far. So I'll stick with that. And then in the future, potentially introduce more strength training, make the runs a bit longer. But for the time being, stick with that. That'll be a good starting point. Basically just push-ups, runs, and stretching. At the end of the day, stretching. Just a short stretching routine to wind down. That's going to be it. Apart from that, eat healthy. What's going to be the plan with the diet? I'm not following any strict specific diet, really. I just need to reduce my portion size. That's one thing. Since I went to Sri Lanka, I've gotten into that. I've just been eating way more than I used to. Like, I'm eating double portions, double of what I used to, just way too much. I'm eating too much. So I need to reduce my intake, my portion sizes. For the most part, I do eat like healthy home-cooked meals. But apart from that, I've just been having too many sweets as well, like just sweets on the side, like snacks, sweets. So I just need to cut all that out. Cut out all the sweets, no chocolates, no cakes, no none of that stuff. That's it. There's too much sugary sweets, especially chocolates and like cakes, things of that nature. So I need to cut all that out. Cut out all the sugary stuff. Eat my healthy home-cooked meals. Like for the most part, I eat some healthy meals, but just reduce portions on that, and just cut out all the sweets. That's going to be the go. That's the way to do it. So I think if I can do that, cut out all the sweets, reduce my portions slightly. I might do some intermittent fasting as well. I do that quite regularly anyway, but yeah, do some intermittent fasting as well. That combined with this workout routine, that should get me going, and I can start losing some weight. I'm not severely overweight or anything. I'm a pretty active guy with the type of work I do anyway. But this is just the routine. I just need some routine to get started and just to hold myself accountable. Just build up momentum, get started, and combined with being on senior retention, this will be a good way to kickstart the new phase of my life. I was going to wait till next week to do this, but I thought, you know what, I just want to get started straight away, hit the ground running, because if I go into holiday mode and I don't do anything, then I'm just going to keep putting it off, and before you know it, I'll just be in this old cycle, and it's a bit of a danger zone. I'm also aware that I'm in a bit of a danger zone right now when it comes to NoFap semen retention, because it just is 2 to 3 week mark. So I'm not going to take any chances, hit the ground running, and yeah, that's that. Right now I'm actually at the old golf club, which is never in use anymore. It's all overgrown. The usual spot that I walk down there's a bunch of campers, trucks, caravans. There's an event going on in town, so that's all taken. And I was going to go to that small park where I was this morning for yesterday's check-in. Well, what will be yesterday? This will be for tomorrow's video. For the morning, that park, there's people there having a barbecue, so I've had to come all the way here to walk the dog. But yeah, beautiful sunset. That's going to be the goal, really, the next few weeks. I am going to take it easy. Like some of you might be thinking, oh, come on, just enjoy yourself a bit. You've been working hard a lot. Yes, I'm totally going to do that. Totally going to relax. But I mean, this fitness routine, it's not much. Like the run today, it took 40 minutes. 40 minutes out of the day is not much. I've got the whole day to chill outside of that. The whole day. And apart from that, 100 push-ups throughout the day, that's not much. That's not. And the stretching routine, well, that's for my own benefit. That's to wind down. That's to relax at the end of the day. So, yeah. And the diet, well, I'm going to feel a lot better for that. So it's something I want to do. This has been on my mind for weeks. It's not out of nowhere. Like the runs and all that, it might seem like it came out of nowhere. No, this has been on my mind for a long time that I wanted to do it, but I had to keep putting it on the back burner and just not, oh man, my mind is going crazy. I'm having all these thoughts, everything that I couldn't think much during my busy period. It's all coming up now. This is just who I am. This is my personality. Yeah, look, this has been on my mind for a while. So finally I have a chance to act on it. So I am taking advantage of it, best believe. So that's that. That's the fitness goal. What's next in terms of, well, I've already spoken a lot about what's next in terms of, what I want to do with employment. Really, I just wait for my final results, wait to be invited to the graduation, graduate. Of course, I've got the trip to New Zealand coming up. So do that. And in the meantime, just, start looking for jobs. That's that. So that's that. Another thing that's been on my mind, actually, just randomly just came up today. I thought, would I consider doing future studies, any more studies in the future? And for a while, like in those last few weeks, I was thinking, nah, man, once I'm done this degree, that's it, I'm done. I'm not going back to uni. I get my degree, I've completed my undergraduate studies, and then just find a job and I'm done. So yeah, I want to find a job. Believe me, I want to find a job in my field, full-time job. You really get into that. Really, these next few years, I want to kickstart my career, get full-time work going, and just stack up, build up from there. But at this stage, I'm also fairly certain that I do want to do further studies. Yes, I do. Exactly what I want to do, I don't care. I'm not even thinking that far ahead yet. Like, it's not going to be anytime soon, not within the next few years. The next few years is just going to be focused on work. I need to get some steady, stable work, full-time work, and stack up. Because I've completed my undergraduate degree in environmental science, bachelor's. Well, I don't have it yet, but I've completed all the work. I just need to wait for the results and graduation now. But yeah, what condition would I set myself to allow myself to go back to study? Well, like for myself with my studies, right? It's all up to me, right? It's all up to me. My parents have not paid anything for my university, my tertiary, my fees and all that. No, that's all on me. So yeah, I need to start paying back my HEX debt. That's right, HEX debt. HEX loan, HEX help loan. That's the system we have here in Australia. It's different. International students, basically, they have to pay full fees. But in case you don't know how it works, for domestic students, the federal government subsidizes most of the tuition fees, and then you have to pay back a portion of that. So they'll subsidize like most of it, actually. So cost for domestic students to go study, much lower than international students. They have to pay full fees. We only have to pay like a quarter of what they have to pay. So it's quite affordable actually for us, for domestic students. But the way it works, you can get a HEX help loan, which is like higher education Commonwealth support loan. You get a HEX loan, and that will basically mean like so the government will they'll directly subsidize most of the tuition fees, and then the portion that you have to contribute, you get a loan on that. But that loan, you don't have to start paying it back until you complete your degree, and once your income surpasses a certain threshold, which I believe is $47,000. Now, at the moment I work part-time 3 days a week, plus I will be doing some casual work with the Rangers. So with my 3 days a week, I don't earn that. I'm not going to say how much I earn, but I don't earn 47,000 a year. But yeah, depending on how much work I get with the Rangers, I could get pretty close to that threshold. If I get a full-time job in my field, I'll definitely earn more than that. So then I will have to start. Once you surpass that threshold and once you've done your degree and you surpass that threshold, then you have to start paying it back. They'll start taking a portion of your pay depending on how much you earn above that. It's essentially like an extra tax, but it goes towards paying off that loan, which is fair. So yeah, and at any time as well, you can make additional payments. Like any time throughout my studies, I could log on and just make extra payments, which I actually have made a few. When I was first started, I did make a few payments, because if you make payments, additional payments, you'll get like a 10% discount, which will basically be like a reduction. So that's basically the way the system works here. Overall, we don't have free university in Australia like they do in some other like European countries, but it's much cheaper here than the US for domestic students, and I think the system works pretty well. So it's much cheaper for us here to go and study. If you do like medicine or law, it's going to be a lot more. For myself, I've been at university for, well, I first started 5 years ago, but for the last 5 years, I've done 4 years of study, not always full time, and it's taken me that long to get a 3-year degree. So overall, about 4 years of study, I've accumulated about $30,000 of HEX debt in Australian dollars. So yeah, it's not that much really compared to what you hear for other places. Like if you like for medicine or law students, you're definitely going to have a HEX loan of above 100 grand. So it's not really that bad for the amount of study that I've done. I know it's definitely much cheaper than a place like the US, where I understand your costs are crazy, and also the whole student loans like can have high interest, all that. The HEX loan is interest free, so that's good. It just gets indexed with inflation. But yeah, my HEX debt is about $30,000. So for myself to go do future studies, I need to get a full-time job, of course, in my field, which I want to get anyway, no matter what, get established in a career. And then I'm going to have to start paying back the loan, which I'll happily do. Like when I earn above that threshold, like I live out here in the countryside, I live off grid, so my cost of living is naturally very low. I don't have a water bill, don't have a power bill, just got to pay for groceries and just maintenance of car, fuel, all that. So cost of living is very low. So I'll happily make additional payments and just wipe out that debt in no time. I don't like having debt. So I don't have a credit card, don't like having debt. So yeah, even though it's not really the worst type of debt to have, like being interest free and all that, it's still something I want to pay it off, of course. So before I allow myself to go on with future studies, I will happily go and pay off that debt. I've completed my degree. Now it's about time I pay that off. So that's going to be the go with that. And in terms of what I want to study in the future, see, I'm already thinking, I'm starting to think now further in advance. Like I'm 25 now, so I just think up to age 30. Yeah, what do I want to do in the next 5 years? I want to be working full time in my field, get well established in a career, and just stack up. That's one goal. Apart from that, travel, get as much experience as I can. And really in these next 5 years, I'm not necessarily going to plan to study in that time. Eventually, maybe I will, I don't know. Definitely not for the next few years. I'm just going to enjoy my life, work, stack up. But eventually in the future, I think I will want to go back to study. I think I will eventually miss it. So yeah, I'll probably go back. What would I do? Maybe I'll do some postgraduate studies get a master's or something, depending what it is. Maybe I'll go for a master's. Maybe I'll go for another degree. A part of me does want to go back and finish computer science degree. I started off in computer science, got about halfway through that degree, and then I switched to what I'm doing now. Now I've completed environmental science. A part of me does want to go back and complete computer science degree. Maybe I'll do that. Who knows? But also, I don't know. I don't need to think about that now. But yeah, in the future, I do want to go and study more, perhaps. But we'll see how it goes in terms of career, where I get established in a career and I pay back my existing HEX loan. I mean, I am thankful for my parents. Like, my parents have not supported me in terms of paying my tuition fees, but I never expected them to do that. I never did. Like, through my whole time studying, I've always worked. Since getting out of high school, I've always worked. And honestly, I'm pretty happy that way. I mean, there's part of me that's like, I would have liked to get a full, experience being just a full-time student, especially going, living on campus. You're getting to be part of that community. That would have been good. But at the same time, I am grateful for the experience of working and studying full-time, because that's taught me a lot in terms of resilience, managing priorities, and just getting exposure to the real world more, the working world while studying. I think it's beneficial to have that experience, because then you're also more prepared when you do get out into the workforce as well. But still, my parents have supported me. Like, for instance, my parents have always said, while I am studying, I'm always welcome. I get welcome to stay with them, rent free, all that. They'll provide basic necessities, all that. Like, they've always been happy to be accommodating that in that way, which I know a lot of people aren't in that position. Like, some people, once you turn 18, your parents are like, yep, you go work, you're on your own now. So yeah, in that way, my parents have been very helpful, especially when I started out studying. I mean, I was still living at home, so that was helpful a lot, especially as cost of living has increased. My parents have always helped me in that regards, given me a place to stay, of course. Delicious home cooked meals. I'm very grateful for that. That helped me, especially getting started. Now I live independently. I support myself off working 3 days, living off grid. But in order to get to this position, I won't lie, like, I have had support from my parents, so I am very grateful for that. So during my studies, my parents have supported me, and not by paying tuition fees. That's fine. I was just able to go and get the HEX help loan, and throughout all my studies, I have not had to worry about paying a single cent in student loans or tuition fees. That's all been taken care of. I will have to worry about it when I start earning more, but that's all right. Like, once you earn that much, it's not going to be that much of an issue anyway. Just slowly pay it off. It's an interest-free loan. I think it's like Australia. There's a lot of gripes to have with the system in Australia, the things I think we don't do so well. That is something that I think we do quite well, actually. I think other countries could learn from us in that regards. Set up a similar system where you don't have to, because I personally believe, like, I don't agree with people who's like, okay, where we go? Education, should universities be free? Part of me wants to say yes, but at the same time, I know that's unrealistic in this economy. I mean, there are countries that have free university, but I think I'm not against paying for education, really. And I don't think the government should get involved and just subsidize everything. But I think the HEX help loan does work pretty well. University is not free here, but I do think at the same time, as a student, you shouldn't have that financial burden of having to worry about student loans. I think that really takes away from the whole learning experience as well. So yeah, that's that. That's my thoughts on that. I'll talk more about that, but I think the system here works pretty well with HEX help loan. I know there are people that never pay back the HEX help loan. Like, if you study a useless degree or whatever, and you never earn above that threshold, then theoretically you never have to pay it back. But I believe after a while, eventually, they do eventually just forget about and just forgive. They eventually forgive HEX debt. That does happen from time to time. So technically, you could get away with not paying it off. But I'm like, if you study and then you're not doing anything with it, and you're not getting, if you're not getting a job that pays above $47,000 a year, I think, well, that's not really the point, is it? So, yeah. Anyway, I'm happy to pay it off. I want to pay it off. But yeah, that's just my thoughts in terms of future studies, what I want to do with that. And yeah, it is dark. It's getting dark earlier now, so I'm going to head back to the car. Whew, yeah, walking the dog, 5 kilometer run. We're really kickstarting the fitness journey now. I can barely see. Well, I can still see, all right, but it's getting dark, so we'll head back to the car now. I can see the car just in the distance, the lights of town. But yeah, anyway, it's, you know, the mind's all over the place at the moment, but I'm grateful to have this space to document. Yeah, apart from that, just been chilling at home today, cleaned up the place a bit, vacuumed and dusted the shed. I've just been working on my next Sri Lanka video for the main channel. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, for those of you wondering what my main channel is or new here, it's at Utopian. I have it linked on the channel page. If you just click on this channel on the main page, it'll be a link to my main channel there. So feel free to go there, subscribe, follow me for content over there. That's where my main focus is going to really be. Of course, with putting proper videos out. This is just me walking around randomly, rambling. So yeah, that's that. It's interesting. I just thought, you know, I think I want to go and study. I do want to do future studies. I would consider doing a master's degree, you know, postgraduate studies, and I would consider, or both. Who knows? Who the hell knows, man? Who the hell knows? Part of me does want to go and just complete what I started before, computer science degree, just for the sake of it. I don't necessarily want to work an IT job, but hey, it could even combine with my current studies. Like that could lead to some good opportunities down the line as well. So, but first of all, I need to get a full-time job. I need to work. So this is all like long-term thinking here. I'm not going to go and start studying tomorrow. And in terms of where I would go study, I would probably. I was very happy with, like, I went to the University of Southern Queensland, Toowoomba. It's a good uni. I'm happy with that one. I would try to get into a different university just to change up the environment a bit, meet new people, and I would ideally like to get more experience studying on campus. So I wouldn't want to move back to the city, so that only leaves a few options. University of Southern Queensland, Toowoomba, that's a regional university. Another one is the University of New England, based in Armidale. That's initially where I wanted to go, so who knows, maybe in the future I'll end up there. It would be great to go and experience living in the Armidale region, New England, Northern Tablelands. I really love that region, so who knows, maybe I'll do that in the future. If I can, if I can combine that with finding a job in my current field down there, that would be good. But hey, things are moving in the right direction. I'm optimistic, so I'm very grateful for the position I'm in. And yeah, we are back at the car. Get in the car, let's go. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's that. Dog is walked and it is dark. So let's go ahead and drive home. Oh yeah. There we go. So I hope you all enjoyed seeing the darkness. And yeah. Man, my mind is crazy. Like all these thoughts are coming up now. Who knows? I'll probably have a bit of ADHD or something. I don't know. Autism, lol. Maybe I'm on the spectrum, who knows. Anyway, that's that. I will see you all in the next one, onwards and upwards.